Raindrops were falling gently, turning the narrow city streets into muddy streams. Amidst the drizzle, a small boy named Ali trudged along, his old shoes soaked, his clothes clinging to his body. He was only 12, yet life had forced him to grow up far too quickly. Ali carried a bundle of newspapers under his arm, shouting their headlines as he moved from street to street. His father had passed away, and his mother barely made ends meet by sewing clothes in a corner of their tiny home. To support her, Ali sold newspapers every morning before going to school and picked up odd jobs in the evenings. That day, the rain was heavier than usual. Seeking shelter, Ali stood under the small awning of a closed shop when he noticed a large black car stuck in the muddy street. Inside, a man in a crisp suit lowered the window, his face filled with frustration as the tires spun helplessly in the muck. He looked like a wealthy businessman or some high-ranking official. Ali, without a moment of hesitation, ran toward the car. "Sir, don't worry. I'll help you get your car out," he said with confidence. The man raised an eyebrow. This car is heavy, son. How will you move it?" Ali smiled. "Sir, just keep the steering straight. I'll push it and I can get help." Ali dashed to a nearby shop where two laborers were waiting for the rain to stop. He quickly convinced them to help. Together, the three of them pushed the car with all their strength. With a loud squelch and a splash of muddy water, the car finally rolled free. The man stepped out, relief on his face, and reached into his wallet. "Here, son," he said, offering a 100-rupee note. "Thank you." Ali shook his head politely. "No, sir, you don't need to pay me. Helping you is enough." The man stared at him, surprised. He wanted to say more, but Ali was already running down the wet street, newspapers in hand, rain dripping from his hair. Days later. One afternoon, Ali was selling newspapers outside the tall glass building of the same businessman. Suddenly, a familiar voice called out. "Hey, isn't that the boy who helped me that day?" Ali looked up. It was the same man, now smiling warmly. "Son, do you sell newspapers here?" he asked. Ali nodded shyly. "Yes, sir, after school. I have to help my mother with the household expenses." The man knelt slightly to meet his eyes and placed a hand on his shoulder. "Come with me." Ali hesitated but followed him into the towering office building. It was like stepping into another world, air conditioning, bright lights, and people in neat suits tapping away at their computers. The man led him into his grand office. "Son, listen to me," he said kindly. "From today, you won't have to sell newspapers. I'll give you a scholarship to study. Your only job is to focus on your education." Ali's eyes welled with tears of gratitude. His heart felt light, as if a heavy burden had just been lifted. Years passed. Ali studied with determination, fueled by the memory of that rainy day and the kindness that had changed his life. Years later, he graduated as an engineer and joined the same company, now working in a crisp shirt and tie instead of wet, torn clothes. One day, he walked into his boss's office, the same man who had once been stuck in the mud. "Sir," Ali said with a smile, "if you hadn't held my hand that day, I might still be selling newspapers on the street." The man chuckled and replied, "Remember this, son, kindness is never wasted. The good you do always finds a way back to you, sometimes when you least expect it." Ali couldn't stop smiling. He knew that the small act of helping someone in the rain had rewritten the story of his life. Moral of the story: never miss a chance to do good. Even the smallest act of kindness can change a life, and one day, life will return that kindness to you in ways you can't imagine.